Survivor 45, Episode 5, Week 5. So we're coming off another quitter from last week. Sean decided to just randomly decide to leave out of nowhere. No indication of it whatsoever until he just decided to walk out. Tell his tribe that I want to get voted out. Vote me out, please. So they did, and he went home or whatever. So he's gone now. So that's our second quitter. Third person with quitter mentality this season with Brandon, Hannah, now him. This is a really shitty casting for this season for sure. So it's a rough ending to last week and rough start to this week because we picked back up again with Reba, who had to basically send him out because he wanted to leave, and they did it in the way of voting. So they try to make it look like and play it off like, oh, they voted him out, but he quit the damn game. And I am very glad that his tribe mates immediately were pretty much just as pissed off about it as I think a lot of the fans are. We got through the episode, and you got D. D ended up mentioning in the episode that, like, I would never quit. Quitting is pathetic. And, there's just some people in the game who actually want to be there, and it's good to see that. I don't find anyone really interesting yet in this season, but I do like that there are some people just bringing it up and mentioning, like, yeah, why the hell are you quitting the game, especially so soon in the season? 4 episodes in, I mean, we're not even at the merge yet, and you're just quitting. For no reason, really. There was no reason whatsoever. So, the season overall is not going that great so far, but we did get that little repercussion after Tribal. And also after Tribal, Sifu did get the 1 vote from D, and he spent like a lot of the episode trying to figure out who wrote his name down. It's kind of funny to watch that. As I've mentioned before, Sifu is like the only somewhat interesting person I see on this entire cast. And that's really not saying much because this entire cast is bland as hell. I'm not having a favorite person. I don't really have a favorite person. Usually around this time in the Survivor season, I find somebody that I really hate and I really, really like. And I don't really hate anybody or love anybody. I just don't care. I don't care about any of these people. I don't care who goes home. I just don't care that much. And that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. So a few other things. We do get a few sob stories that are thrown in. It's a lot less than they ever used to be. So, I mean, that's better. I know, like, seasons past now, we've had, like, these long montages of everyone complaining and whining and these long, drawn-out sob stories that we don't care about when we're not supposed to care about them. We had one with Jake after he had another stumble. It's a really weird medical thing going on with him. I don't know if that's going to play into an issue in his game going forward because earlier, like a week or two ago, he stumbled and like passed out almost like by the fire, and then he did it again this week. So very weird about that. Like, I hope he's good. He doesn't want to leave the game, so that's also good. I shouldn't have to be saying that it's good that people don't want to leave the game, but he doesn't want to leave the game. He really wants to be there. That's a good thing, but I don't know where that's really going to go. I hope he's good though. Like, I don't want to see anybody, like, because it looks really weird. He's like stumbling over. Something not good happening there, and I don't really want to see it again. It's not good. But we did have that. We also had Katura bitching and complaining about Bruce again this episode. I get it. You don't have to like somebody, but holy shit, her entire personality on this season is her not liking Bruce, and that's it. I don't know anything else about her at all. I know nothing about that woman except that she hates Bruce, and she just hates the guy for be himself. So Bruce is kind of weird, but like, I don't really mind him. Like, whatever, he's just there. He's one of the more interesting people on the season for sure. There's not many interesting people though. But he is one of the more interesting ones, I would say, him and Sifu. But again, I just don't care that much yet about them. They haven't hit that point yet where it's like, I really want to see him win or something. But yeah, we have more Katura complaining about Bruce. I'm sure we'll get more of it next week because that's all she does. And that's kind of where we're at now in the season. So going into the actual immunity challenge, Reba and Lulu do end up winning. So Lulu won again. So they are finally out of their losing streak, basically because they had to redo the whole tribe. But Belo is the one going to Tribal Council. So this is the first time we're going to see Belo in Tribal Council this week. And they also, with the challenge, they also want a reward of some fish. So it was like a reward and immunity challenge in combo. So 1 challenge this week. And then we got to do another journey for 3 people on each tribe. So after Tribal, the winning tribe, the first winning tribe was Reba, I believe, and they had to decide who would go onto the journey for whatever advantage or whatever they would do. So Reba ends up choosing Jay from their own tribe. So Jay is from Reba. She's going to go. They chose Kelly from Lulu, and they chose Austin from Belo. And they're all going to go off onto this random survivor journey that they kind of throw in the season once or twice a season, just to do it and send someone off to choose between an advantage, maybe risk your vote, some sort of thing like that. So those three are going to go off and figure out what Survivor has in store for them. So they climb to the top of the mountain. It's a less complicated decision journey than other ones. It's kind of a really basic, straightforward decision. There's two things at the top of the mountain once they climb it. They have to either choose a plate of food, nice big sandwiches for them right after the challenge. Everyone's wanting some food. Austin actually just wanted to get the food because the other option they gave was these weird amulets that, I'm going to be honest, they gave such a complicated description of what these damn amulets are that I lost track of what was going on. So each of them have power, and they all have power if they're all used at once. I don't know what that's supposed to mean because they're all on different tribes, but if they all take these amulets, they all have different powers, and there's different powers for each one. And every time an amulet leaves the game, so essentially when someone else is taken out of the game with the amulet, each other amulet gets powerful. So if there's two amulets left, each one is more powerful, and then if there's one left, it's maybe like an idol or something, it's powerful even more. But they all have to be used together, which is also kind of strange to me. Jay and Kelly did want to choose the amulets, so Austin kind of caved and just decided that, okay, we'll give up the sandwiches. He didn't really want to go with the whole complicated thing of having the amulet, having to activate it and stuff, and I kind of agree with him. It's these challenges and these advantages and stuff are getting so weirdly complicated and strange and hard to follow. I'm losing track of who has advantages and who has idols, and I just want to see an old school idol getting thrown around, one or two in the whole game, and just see who has each one, maybe three for each tribe, and just toss it around, see who wants to use it, how they use it. I just want to see that again. I'm having trouble following all these different advantages because Austin also has another advantage that helps him get a vote later. So it's really weird. It's really, really weird. But they do choose to have the amulet advantage. So we'll see where that goes later in the episode. But as Austin does go back to his tribe, he does lie to his tribe initially, saying that it was some sort of sweat challenge and they had to do that and then they failed to get the advantage. So he's trying to make it look like he didn't get the challenge, or he didn't get the challenge one, so he didn't get any advantage. But he does tell a few of his alliance members, and now Austin has a bunch of these different advantages and things, and he uses some of it at the tribal. Going into tribal council, it comes down to Brando or Drew, and Drew and Brando are basically the ones that I kind of noticed that were going to be the two. And at tribal council, Brando did get voted out this week. Again, though, I'll be honest, I don't really care. I have no opinion on Brando. I have no feelings about him or his character or as a player in the game. I haven't seen much of him to begin with. And it's just kind of weird this season. I just don't really care. So, he's voted out. He's gone. And Austin, he has one of the idols. Austin has one of the idols where you can extend the life of the idol, but you have to give up your vote at tribal council. And this is what I mean again with all these weird, complicated advantages. You can't just have a normal idol and stuff like that. You have to have all this weird stuff. So Austin, ultimately, he has to give up his vote to keep his idol for another week, but then he doesn't have a vote. So he has another advantage. There's a big undo button for the other advantage where he's able to keep his vote if he lost his vote. You see how annoyingly complicated this begins to get? Because I just think the game can be so interesting on its own as more old school, just a normal idol out there. I just want to watch the game, how these people interact, how they build their alliances, and how the game goes, and have an idol out there. The idols are always part of the game. Maybe a normal-ish advantage, maybe once or twice. But dude, these are getting really weird, kind of annoying. I'm losing track of who has them. Maybe it's my own fault. I don't know. But Austin did have that, so he kept his idol, and he also was able to vote this week. So it's just weird. It's just weird. So Brando's gone. And there's weird advantages in this season. So no quitter this episode. That is good, at least. I shouldn't have to be saying that because I didn't even think we'd have a second quitter in this season. So we'll see how the season goes. No one's really that interesting to me so far. The season itself is just not... It's not exciting. It's not exciting yet for me. We'll see where it goes, though. Maybe once the merge hits next week, it'll get a little more interesting with everyone together. But right now, I'm just kind of bored. And yeah, that's all I really feel about season 45 as of now.